Good morning and welcome to episode 1258 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, July 25th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We have an 80-ish% accuracy guarantee on this show right here. Today, Pat's got some Putin, rock cookies, soundproof rooms, the IRS, and much more in your coffee. And he is now a Chicagoan with a very unique background in his studio.
There you go. And speaking of soundproof rooms, my new studio isn't yet, so please forgive any rumbling. I'll be getting a soundproof door to the HVAC system that the previous owners left just half a door.
Oh, so you just have the AC unit just sitting in there, and when it kicks on,
I'm in the basement. So have you ever been in a townhouse? You know, sometimes a townhouse will have a room on the first floor. Yeah. It's a small room. That's the room I'm in. I'm in that small room.
It's just you on that floor. It's just you on that floor.
Here. Yeah, just me down here.
You sleep there too, or is that? Do you have
no
a bed
musical
upstairs, or
producing reggae in there?
There's a lot of bad reggae been produced in this room. This here over my shoulder is a Murphy bed, and we'll get into it in the Hive Hour. So if you're a member of the Patreon, I'll be giving a full download of my move to Chicago and the new house. So patreon.com/hardfactor. Wow. But yeah, let's just say we're getting there. We're getting there, baby.
Nice. Can't wait for that home tour. So Pat's got that in your coffee. Then Wes has Facekinis. Mark has an inappropriate meal. I've got some NASA DC nerdy stuff if we have some time, and that's what we got today. Yeah. Kick it off.
I'm glad to be back with you. Can't even barely see your dick, puffy bitch ass Nazi calling motherfuckers. It's good to be back with you guys.
Yeah, you missed a little bit of a saga there.
Well, no, you'll catch up in the Hive 5 on Friday's podcast, Pat. You'll catch up. We'll read all of the death threats that we got by making a stylistic comparison that turned into something that was much more interpreted much more.
There's a few funny comments too, like from the cut downs. Like, do you want me to tease one?
Yeah, tease one.
So one guy called us Joseph Gobbles because we ate too much.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
That's pretty good.
That's a great
one.
That was
pretty good. That one was really good.
That one's really good.
Hats off.
Yeah, I mean, we welcome that. You know?
Damn.
The threats aren't fun, but I got a good laugh out of Gobbles.
That was the whole point. Was that all that shit was on the table? That's what we were saying with Martin. So yeah, that's great.
Anyways, there you go.
That's pretty good. And
I
real
might
quick,
change my name to that.
I know that's pretty damn good.
Real quick.
I mean, if it wasn't a reference to the word that I guess is a curse word now, and you can't say it. Then it would be a great name for social media. But.
Yeah, Joseph Gobbles. Yeah. It wouldn't make a lot of sense because it would be...
You don't want to throw the homage up to him, right? You don't want to really. Yeah.
So. Well, no, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to be a Goebbels guy.
No.
Anyway, guys.
Great,
let's get
great. Let's comparison.
What were you gonna say, Pat?
Oh, I was going to just take it to the live internet comments real quick to tease my Hive Hour move stories. Yes. Mason Clark says, "Welcome to Chicago, Pat. Great time to buy a home." And to that I say, 7-point-something interest rate. Is it?
I think he was joking.
I think he was too. All right, let's get him the cup of coffee.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Okay, guys. First up, a couple updates on some long-running stories. Big news week 2 weeks ago. We had the Gilgo Beach murder caught, presumably, allegedly. We had Carlee Russell, the woman who was driving down the highway in Alabama, saw a toddler, got pulled over to help it, called 911, and disappeared. We have updates on both of them. First, Gilgo Beach. This Gilgo Beach motherfucker, man, Rex Hewerman, he had a vault, in his basement with a big iron door on his Long Island home, and it was soundproof. Not good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it sounds like somewhere you do some bad shit.
If you're not producing music and you have a soundproof room, nothing good's going on in there.
With an iron door. Yeah, if an iron door, it better have been put there pre-World War II era. And you're like, cool, isn't this cool? Isn't this a cool relic?
We had an iron locking door. Yeah, that's creepy. If the door is like very unlockable, that's not so creepy.
Dungeon.
You could just get wild, right?
How is there even an iron door company that installs iron doors in residential homes?
Hey, we don't ask questions.
Without-
we just install the doors.
This is for a bomb shelter, right, sir?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, for real. Come on, dude. That's your gig. You say it's in a basement? Okay. All right.
They have a don't kill us policy. Hey, just don't kill us, right? While we install it,
You know what's
How many
crazy?
people you need to lock in here, huh?
You know what's crazy, Pat, is like I did that show, that Doomsday Preppers show, one time, and we filmed them building all those underground bunkers for like the end of the day, and they're like expensive. And they dig the hole, and then all it is just a little opening, and they put it out in the middle of the woods. Any one of those guys could be a serial killer with that.
100%.
100%.
100%.
You're building up quite a complex.
Yeah.
A couple other interesting things. The guy Huberman, he had 200 guns, but only 92 of them had permits, which makes you think, right? 200 guns is a collector. That's a lot of guns. Why not get permits for 108 of them? You know what I mean? Just, is it laziness? I'm curious if the permits stopped at a certain time and then 108 guns he got after a certain date are all unpermitted.
When you have that many guns, you don't pick them all up through the legal channel, I assume.
Right. There you go.
Right.
You're collecting from all sources at that point, right?
It sounds like about every other. He's like, we'll do one the real way and then one my way type thing.
Well, just whatever he likes.
Yeah.
Take a peek right there. That's quite the collection, huh? Yeah. 46% of it permitted.
After all, he is a murderer with a iron door in his basement.
Yeah, you'd think he'd have 0 guns that were permitted.
Right.
No expense spared.
No, 92 of them permitted. The investigators dug up his backyard with a backhoe, and they said the results were fruitful, although they can't speak as to what they found.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Bones.
All right, guys.
Sicko.
What a sicko. Carlee Russell.
That's
by the
guy
way,
that looks like the ultimate John, right? He's the guy.
Yeah.
Ultimate John.
Yeah.
Alexis Linkletter. After I made this,
his picture.
dude, after I made the statement on the pod that Kate and I had listened to the Long Island Serial Killer podcast by true crime podcaster Alexis Linkletter.
Oh, about the cop.
Right, I had said essentially she pointed the finger at this cop, and then I was like, did that really happen? I really hope so because I don't want to be wrong. Went back 100%. 100%. It's just a finger point at the cop.
Damn.
And instead of coming out and being like, look, we made a big
got it
mistake
wrong.
here. And we said something about the cop. Linkletter's just doubling down, doing press everywhere. She's like
What?
fucking everywhere.
Isn't this Hooverman guy like red-handed for
But he's
sure?
already caught. Yes. What is she saying? She's like, well,
She's not even addressing the
she's
cop.
like, there might have been 2 killers.
Right. Nothing.
The fuck?
Just
Whoa.
nothing from her. I even listened to the follow-up episode. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Anyway, whatever, guys. Carlee Russell is a liar. We called it. I'd like to say I called it day one. I know that Will got a text from a listener. Correct. Oh, 100%. Listen back to the tape. I said, sounds a little fake to me.
Will called it day -2.
I called it when it announced. I called it was a lie.
Who called it first? Who called it first?
I did.
Corey in Alabama.
I called it before then.
No, you did not. He called it like 96 hours before.
Go
you
back
admitted
and listen
that
to it,
she
bud.
you finally admitted that she.
Listen
We
to the
got,
tape.
Eric, we got to check the tapes. We got to go back a day
check 'em.
before.
I think I did something
Corey
that sounds
episode.
a little bit made up to me. That's what I said. But Corey in Alabama was correct. Will was correct. Wes was correct when he called her a bitch with little information.
That's right.
To go on. But look, she's a mentally ill person is probably the case. And we could see that when we played the Good Morning America interview, and her mom was essentially like, she did go through a struggle, right? It was a mental struggle.
There
upstairs.
was a kidnapper.
Was that her upbringing, Mom? Was that the struggle?
I don't know. Her Hoover Alabama.
It's such
Police
a
Department.
struggle to tell you anything about the assailant, even though he's at large and dangerous.
Did I say he? I meant she. I mean, damn it.
Was kind of the vibe of the interview.
What if she's got split personalities, like in that movie with John Cusack, where he's got all the personalities, and so she was kidnapped by one of her other personalities?
Lots of personality split movies. There was Split, M. Night Shyamalan's movie. I don't know which Cusack one you're talking about.
Oh, that was the best one. That movie is amazing. In fact, if you haven't seen it, I just kind of ruined it. But
let me ruin another one for you. Primal Fear. Primal Fear. Not a real split
Identity.
personality.
John Cusack's Identity. That movie is
There you go.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it hard for your family to like help you out when everything is completely fabricated.
Right.
They
But as a
tried their
parent,
best.
You do
but,
what you do as a parent. You protect your kid.
Right.
That's what she did.
Right.
she could have not done Good Morning America. That's my personal opinion, but whatever.
Right.
Right. Maybe don't do the press tour when
That's
it's
just
all
my
made
personal
We're
up.
not ready
opinion.
to talk about it, but there's no one at large. There's no
Right.
danger to the public. That would have been the best thing to say.
Right. Guys, Hoover Police, which is Hoover, Alabama, the Chief Nicholas Derzis, said Carlee Russell's attorney, Emery Anthony, provided a statement on Monday saying there was no kidnapping. Quote, there was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. I guess
That clears a lot of things up.
The sheriff read it at the news conference. She did not leave the city. She acted alone, the statement added. The statement continued, quote, my client apologized for her actions to the community. Hold on. The sheriff read the attorney's statement, and she's saying my client, or the attorney was saying my client. What about me? What about Carlee saying I'm sorry? Instead, the attorney is saying the attorney is apologizing on behalf of her client. His client, excuse me.
This is how it works, though. She's embarrassed. She's, like you said, probably not well in the head. She's not going to come and like make a eloquent apology right now.
Yeah, I was saying from the start.
Talk about a written
insanity
statement
plea.
someone else is reading.
I wouldn't mind
I was
hearing
saying
from
from
her
the start.
crazy ass.
I mean, it'd be funny.
Insanity plea.
Yeah.
Just go for it. I mean, like she it's already set up. Just go for it.
Well, you know what? You remember what happened to Sherry Papini? Sherry Papini was the woman that got kidnapped, or like she staged her kidnapping.
Yeah, Gone Girl.
She got fucked. Right?
This wasn't exactly. It was a situation where effectively where she like was running and staged it so that like her wedding song was playing, where she supposedly got kidnapped, and then she was just really hanging with like an ex-boyfriend who didn't even bang her for like weeks in California.
Right.
Does this ring a bell?
Right. That was
anyone?
Papini.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
attractive.
so she's like having to pay the money back. That's the thing. She's having to pay like hundreds of thousands of dollars back for the search helicopters and the search and rescue, which is probably like that's what the punishment should be. Is you got to pay the money back. You got to pay the
Right, and there was a lot of searches for Carlee, right? So that's the thing is like they invested a lot of public money. Into
How do
finding
you
her
pay
across
back
multiple states, right?
the women or men who suffered like domestic violence incidents when the cops
can't.
couldn't get to their house? How do you pay back those people?
You can't, Mark. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Insanity plea. I mean, she's
least
already
she-
loaded it up.
at least she
She's
admitted
put
it
it in
after a
chamber already.
weekend. Papini rode with it for like years.
She was the one I cut out there. She was the one who got her hair. She cut her own hair.
Exactly. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff.
The kidnappers cut my hair.
Yeah, and they branded her. She branded herself. The best part is her
Didn't she
ex-boyfriend.
blame like a group of Mexicans?
Yeah, two Mexican
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mexican women,
Yeah.
lesbian Mexican women.
Flaca. One was called Flaca.
Cut her pants too pretty.
Luckily, dude, she didn't even bang her ex-boyfriend. That's what I don't get about the Papini thing. The ex-boyfriend was like, no, and then told on her. Anyway, guys, let's move on. Those are old hat stories.
Well,
You want-
they're both psychos, so who
They're
knows
both
if Carlee got her bang either? Because it looked like that's where she was going with the robe and all that. So
There will be a full Dateline about it. You can
Women,
expect
am I
that.
right? You know, women.
Am I right? Am I right? Guys, listen up if you're a fan of Trader Joe's almond windmill cookies and/or Trader Joe's dark chocolate chunk and almond cookies. Here's the packaging on both of those boys.
Someone's eating them right now.
they look good.
They look good.
Yeah.
That's like it.
Yeah, listen up because the prepared packaged food giant Trader Joe's is recalling all packages of their famous cookies because they, quote, may contain rocks.
What?
Oh.
They're in with the nuts, I'm assuming.
Might have some rocks in them, guys.
What?
Whoa.
How'd they figure that out?
Normally it's like listeria, right?
Right.
Salmonella. Sometimes it's just rocks.
Concrete.
Yeah. Is that my
like a-
internet doing that? Who knows?
It's like a nut crunching machine.
I don't know. But the rock biters from Never Ending Story are pretty far out.
They're pumped about these fucking cookies.
They're running to the Trader Joe's to get those cookies. Yummy, yummy.
For real, that would
Um,
suck, dude. You like, has anybody cracked a tooth? Are
Oh,
there
yeah,
any
it's the
reports?
worst.
Have we cracked a tooth? Yeah,
Well, I mean,
we've
I
cracked
have.
a
I
tooth.
know. I've cracked.
We've
I'm not
cracked some
as.
teeth.
I know you guys have cracked teeth. I'm saying, have people cracked teeth on these rock cookies already?
I'm sure, dude. I mean, why else would they be recalling them? You know what I mean? If they were pebbles, people are like, oh, these just taste like rocks. But people are breaking teeth out there. There's no doubt about it.
damn, watch out. Those almond ones are like a sugar cookie looking, and the other one's obviously like a chocolate chip looking.
Yeah. Let's take it to the internet real quick for a comment from Stephen C. He says, having a 2.5-year-old, I'm used to rocks in my food.
True. Pebbles. Big time.
You know how we make these cheaper? Rocks.
Rocks. Low cost.
Yeah.
It had to be like, because like when they crush up the nuts, right? Like that's like, because like rocks are like.
Well,
with
it
that
seems
shit, you
almonds.
get it out of
Almonds are the common denominator here. Will both
Right,
cookies have almonds in them?
there.
Sounds like old almonds, because don't almonds grow on trees? So you're supposed to like shake them. You
Now
shake
tie
the
it
tree.
in here, Wes. Tie it back.
You shake the tree, and then they fall to the ground,
Yep.
and then you pick it up.
Got some pebbles
But
in there.
you take a
Yeah.
big scoop instead of a, because
Right.
you want to cut some cost and time too. So
think
you
you
get a
gotta,
big old
like
scoop
a-
of earth.
The almonds look like rocks sometimes.
Now bring
you
it
know?
back around, Wes.
If you're drunk enough and you can't see well enough, an almond will
bring
look
it-
like a rock.
Bring it
got a
right
guy
back
who's-
around.
Yeah.
He's kind of colorblind. He's not got great vision. He's the guy that sorts the almonds.
Right.
And that's there you go.
Is this
Almonds-
one a rock or an almond? I can't tell.
rock almond solved. There
Shows
you
it to his
go.
buddy who's also too drunk to tell.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
a rock,
boys.
you idiot.
That's a rock. So don't eat those, okay? Don't eat those, guys. Vladimir Putin, the ruler of Russia, has signed legislation that bans people from officially or medically changing their gender, representing a further blow to Russia's embattled LGBTQ plus community. But guys, it's not because he's a dictator of one of the most oppressive and also homophobic countries on earth, but basically because he needs as many soldiers as he can have to fight the tiny little country of Ukraine that he just can't seem to defeat, even though Russia has 3.4 times more people than Ukraine.
He's
So
banning that because he needs more fighters.
no, I'm kidding.
doing?
He's doing that because it's just a super oppressive country.
Oh, it was the first part. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought so.
we need all the men we can get out there.
Thought it may have been.
Hopefully they'll die.
We're losing men in the field. We're losing men in the doctor's office.
We're identifying and we're losing them.
This will probably make them less gay fighting.
Fighting makes you less gay. That's for sure.
Lots of
That's for
time
sure.
in that battle to go. It looks like, I guess so.
Guys, the economy is obviously not doing as great as we'd like it to be, and thefts are up big time, specifically in the city of Toronto. And I want you to take a look at some of these car thieves. So I'm going to play a local clip here from the Toronto local news. Tell me this isn't one of us stealing a Bentley from a Toronto car dealership. This has to be the schlubbiest car thief I've ever seen. Here we go.
Searching for 3 suspects who walked into a car dealership and made off with 3 luxury vehicles. According to police, the suspects entered the dealership in the
Looks like
Dundas
West.
East and Carroll Streets area, east of the DVP, on Sunday afternoon at around
dressed like
3:30.
a
The vehicles
cleaning crew?
stolen are a 2021
couldn't tell.
Rolls-Royce Dawn with no license
Look at him again.
plate,
Wes?
a
Look at that
black
schlub
Volkswagen
piece of shit.
Mechanic. That
Bentley
kinda looks like
Bentayga
Skinny
with
Me.
license plate
Yeah, mechanic, you're right.
CYAA632 and a white 2020
2008 Wes?
Rolls-Royce with the license plate CXCY439.
It's definitely Wes.
The vehicles
That's a
were
photo.
last seen heading northbound on Carroll Street, and anyone with information is being asked
They
to
got
contact
away, though.
Police or Crime Stoppers.
They got away. It was a ballsy heist. $1 million.
Dude, COVID masks, the biggest thing for thieves. Huge.
For
Yeah.
real, dude. $1 million worth of cars. That was one of them. That was the Bentley.
Whoa.
That's a nice looking car.
3 cars worth $1
shit.
million.
Ooh.
All with
Then-
some COVID masks and mechanic suits. That's fucking incredible. That's, I mean, and they're still out there with the cars.
Yeah,
That just shows you like car thieving is kind of like it's like baseball. You don't have to be like a super athlete to be good at it. You can hit 300 and still have a pot belly, you
Right.
know. Like you
Dom
just have to have the
Toretto.
skills. You have to have the hand-eye
It's like the
coordination.
all-time best. Yeah.
This proves it. That's a movie. In real life, you can be a little bit out of shape and be a good car thief.
There were 3 guys in the crew, right? There was Wes, right, who we'll get to. Let's see if I can't
Yeah.
get to him.
Yeah.
There's Wes right here. See,
Yeah, there you
okay.
Mhm.
Notice the hairline going, right? Look
Yep.
at the fat thighs, the
Yeah.
dirty airwalks.
The short, way too long shorts, way past the
Oh,
knees.
way too long.
Yeah.
And then his 2 guys, like you expect these guys to be car thieves. They're skinnier. They look a little sharper, a little smarter. What do you think he did? What do you think the fat Wes did in the crew? He was the muscle man, right? He wasn't driving, right?
He's just
Well,
the
they're
whitest.
all-
He's the least. He's just the whitest guy.
Yeah, he
That
can
was
get
his gig?
closest to the cars.
Yeah. He gets the closest.
We need one loser-looking white guy.
You need one white guy.
No
Big
one will
watch,
suspect him.
Get this
Big
close.
old watch, schlubby. like a tech bro.
Like look like fat mechanic.
Yeah.
No,
They just went into the mechanic portion of the shop, took the keys, and just took the fucking top
Must have,
cars
bro.
in the lot.
Must have. I mean, you need keys when you're stealing cars worth
right. So that's why they had to
$333,000
get into the back with the suits. But
must be. All right, let's get to the top story of the day, guys.
The cream of the crop!
Okay, so we finally have armed conspiracy theorists, nut jobs, to thank for something, and that's that the tax man will no longer be making unannounced visits to people's homes to collect unpaid taxes in a Prince John-like practice. That's right. That's right.
They were getting shot.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
At least
Mark's
threatened
reading between the lines.
Yeah, IRS. Boom, boom.
how many shootings were there? Yeah.
I didn't say, but I will say this, guys. In a 2022 letter from Florida Senator Rick Scott to I think he's a Florida senator, it might be Arizona, to just general Americans about the number of IRS positions that were available. Remember, Biden passed that legislation saying that they were going to expand the IRS. Rick Scott put this letter out that essentially said, and let me quote it for you. It is important to understand that the initial IRS job posting for these positions, which the agency has now taken down, the IRS made it very clear that one of the, quote, major duties of these new positions is to, quote, be willing to use deadly force. And we aren't talking about joining your local police force or even your U.S. military. This is a federal agency charged with collecting taxes. The IRS is making it very clear that you not only need to be ready to audit and investigate your fellow hardworking Americans, your neighbors and friends, you need to be ready and, to use the IRS's words, willing to kill them.
I mean, those were weird job postings. Did you see them? They were up.
I don't remember
and then the government took them down. We reported on them at the time. It was freaky.
Well, talk about a reason to actually have a soundproof room with the steel door. You know, an IRS agent shows up.
Right. Try and get through there. Point
my
that
paperwork's right down here, sir. Yeah.
So because of that letter, he riled people
in
up,
part,
and then they canceled it, basically?
In part. So there's been buku conspiracy theories that essentially... there's been buku conspiracy theories that any new tax legislation, any new tax agents would be specifically targeting the middle class and not anyone else. Obviously,
or just because that's how they do it to begin.
Yeah, they don't hit the richest of the rich, right? But
it's been proven in studies by bipartisan groups.
Yeah, I mean, 100% they don't hit the richest of the rich. But I don't think they're going to be like knocking on the middle class's door and beating them up. But I don't know. Who knows?
Well,
Had they not done it, or is this being canceled because people shot at them?
Two reasons. They had been doing it for years and decades. This has been apparently the IRS for decades would be like just knock on your door and be like, "Hey man, tax man's here. Did you know about that?" I didn't know that was a practice, but it was apparently.
They like pretend to be someone else. They have like a bug hat, with the antennas,
like somebody serves you a summons, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not even about the bugs; it's the IRS.
Gotcha. It's taxes.
Yeah.
Well, so it's been that, and then also, I'm sure you guys have gotten these calls, right, of someone pretending to be the IRS, and like you'll hear the automated ones too, like this is the IRS, you owe X amount of dollars in back taxes. Apparently, scammers have been taking it one step further and using the fact that the IRS will show up at your door. Again, didn't know that, and be like, let's settle this shit right now. People have been showing up at people's doors, pretending to be IRS agents.
Indian people are showing up at people's doors?
Couldn't be Indian people. That's my point, buddy. Couldn't be.
I mean,
I know
this is also it's time that's changed. I mean, there used to be a lot more door-to-door sales jobs. Like people would answer doors back in the day. Now my neighborhood has like a sign that says "Do not even solicit in this neighborhood." Like at the front of the neighborhood, no one answers the doors anymore. They're all like, no one answers a fucking door.
It's only campaign door knockers and like solar salesmen these days. That's it.
Right.
People ignore my no soliciting sign all the time.
They do too, but I'm saying they'll knock on the, I'm saying like no one, the people inside the homes don't answer doors anymore.
Right.
It's not like 20 years ago. Like, oh, we'll have a chat with you. You know. Yeah.
They ignore your sign, Wes?
Yeah, people will they'll knock on my door and then they'll stand back like they had never gotten close enough to see it or close enough to even knock.
You have a no soliciting sign?
Oh, absolutely.
I have one on the
Can't
way.
stand solicitors.
I ordered
classy.
one. I have one on the way. Now I want to get one. Beware of dog if you're IRS or something like customize it.
Right.
Yeah. Because now that this passed, yeah.
Now they're going to be sending letters. They'll send a letter and they'll schedule a time. But like, honestly, dude, what the fuck? I didn't know that was a thing. Could you imagine just getting a fucking knock on the door?
Tax collector coming.
And the tax man's there. He's like, hey, dude, if I couldn't settle with you last week, I can't settle with you today. Thanks for being here. Dude, like, what are you going to give him? Your change jar?
What is it, like a porno scene? He gets to bang your wife, like in those porns, like when rents do.
It's just a government repo man, basically. So
it's pretty much a government repo man, 100%.
It's like the guy in Grumpy Old Men. You know, he's looking for, and he has to climb out the window.
I don't remember that part of it.
He foreclosed on his house. And
you got to run from the IRS. First rule is don't make contact for sure.
No, do make contact.
Allegedly.
Do make contact.
I would never do that.
What a great movie Grumpy Old Men is. I got to rewatch it now.
Tune into Hive Hour for this week, and we'll talk about some tips that rich guys have given me.
Nice.
You remember Jack Lemmon has to climb out his window?
But isn't it because he's banging Sophia Loren?
No, he's climbing out his window because the guy's coming to foreclose on his house.
Oh, okay. There you go. Grumpy Old Men really hits our target demo.
Yeah.
Well,
they could probably foreclose you.
So is Grumpier Old Men, for that matter.
Huge Venn diagram crossover between the Hardo Hive and Grumpy Old Men.
You don't remember every part of Grumpy Old Men?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's the cup of coffee in the Big Ten.
Blooper reel at the end. It's fantastic.
Nice. Thanks, Pat. Delicious.
Who wants to go? Did we set an order?
I can go.
I want Mark to go.
Mark.
Okay. Go, Mark.
Okay. So I've got a new segment called Inappropriate Meals. And first up, we're going to have...
I think all of us know about those. Am I right?
Yeah. Joseph Gobbles.
I've had 3 today. You know what I started doing? I had McDonald's breakfast, which, not good. But then I started doing cheeseburgers, except with tortilla instead of a bun.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's good.
It's like a torta, except but I cover it with so much cheese that it's definitely as unhealthy as a regular.
Less carbs, though.
Yeah.
Some of those tortillas have a lot of carbs in them.
I use the carb balance, even it out.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well,
we got Mark off track. Mark,
no, you're fine.
Inappropriate meals.
Inappropriate meals, which we're all familiar with. So yeah, we're gonna head to Wes's favorite city, San Francisco, for the first one, and we're gonna talk about a woman named Harjasleen Walia. We'll call her by her last name, Walia. She's claiming she had an inappropriate meal at Thai restaurant Coup de Thai in the San Francisco
Great name.
area. Yeah.
Great name for a restaurant.
Yeah, Coup de Thai. It's got pretty good reviews too, but not from Walia. She's claiming the restaurant's cook, the waitress, the hostess, the owner, they all intentionally inflicted pain and emotional distress on her when they served her the Dragon Ball appetizer and hid around the corner giggling and we're like, eat up and we'll tell you.
What's Dragon Ball?
Yes. Well, like in that scene in Dumb and Dumber, eat up and we'll tell you it was a little too spicy for her. She in fact
dies.
Right? She almost died. Yes. He he doubled down. He wouldn't have died from the food, but then they gave him the rat poison pills instead of his pills. He got heartburn.
Gas man.
Yeah, the gas man. He got heartburn, which she was having as well. But then they doubled down with the rat poison.
Man,
yeah,
dangerous prank.
Yeah, another movie for aging us. She was at the Thai restaurant. She's eating these Dragon Balls, and apparently she told the staff like, "Hey, I know the Dragon Balls, they say spicy on the menu, but I don't like spice. So instead of not ordering this appetizer, I'd like you to dumb it down."
Okay. That's the stupidest order of all time. She ordered the spiciest thing on the menu and said, don't make it spicy.
Make it less spicy.
Well, that's why they have white people hot, right?
Right.
Wes can tell you about white people hot.
But yeah. You go to an Indian place and they say, you like spicy? And you say, yeah. It's always...
And they're like, but you like spicy like you like spicy or like we like spicy? Yeah.
Like a mechanic who gets close to car spicy.
Yeah. How close to the car can you get? With this?
You can't order the spiciest thing, though.
I can get right up to the car, lady. That's how spicy I like it.
So they were like, okay. And after the fact, by the way, they're saying that don't put a lot of red chili in this thing, and there's no way to dumb it down. It just is what it is. But it comes out. She's dining with one other person. She starts eating the food, and immediately she has a severe reaction. Now she says the Dragon Balls severely burned her throat, esophagus, and nose. I guess just the whole face fucked it up, right? And now she's suing him. She's suing the.
So does she have permanent scarring from this Dragon Ball?
According to the lawsuit, it's permanent. Yeah. The lawsuit says, quote, Harjasleen Walia was poisoned, made ill, and burned, necessitating medical care. Her throat and voice have been damaged. She incurred permanent injuries and will be forever be damaged to her body. These consequences are the direct result of defendants serving to her foods unfit for human consumption. But her partner was fine with eating them, and so was everyone else in the reviews about the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Like this one that says Dragon Balls, they're okay. This is okay, but can't make out what's really in it. Deep fried till no one can tell what's good or bad about it. And here's a picture.
Hey, but it's spicy and good, huh? You know,
one spice. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look really good. Yeah. Those are also reasonably priced for an appetizer in San Francisco.
Right, but the price of permanent medical bills is where that gets
what
you.
A fun place to work at, though. You know, like you get to you can prank people, prank white people all day long with these Dragon Balls. Like,
I don't know about it. I think this lady's just nuts, dude.
No.
Like one spice on the menu, no chance.
She did say also when she asked him to dumb down the spice that she doesn't like. She does very bad with spice.
Okay.
Then don't order anything with a chili on it ever.
Right.
Lawsuit thrown out. It's got a chili on the menu.
Yeah.
Yep. You went to a Thai restaurant and they served you spicy food. Why didn't you leave them a 5-star review? There's nothing worse than bland Thai food.
Right. This lady's nuts.
This is
just
part of San Francisco.
Yeah. Don't go to a fucking Thai place, dude. I mean, there's a restaurant in every goddamn corner in San Francisco. Just go to some place that's not a Thai place.
Yeah, but some of them are shutting down. I mean, we haven't played the clips, but holy shit, the San Fran and Philly clips. And then there's a lot of San Fran. There's a lot of San Fran restaurant owners complaining about, like, you know, shit's shutting down. So maybe fewer options these days.
Yeah, she probably shouldn't have ordered the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, she's an idiot.
She's saying she has chemical burns now, which seems a little far fetched.
Unless she can prove they fucked with them, like by putting some, like, you know, like super hot, like capsaicin liquid or oil on it.
Like in Dumb and Dumber when she was like, "Now I don't want it spicy at all." You hear? And
but then how would everybody else at the table eat them? It doesn't hurt.
Right.
She has nothing.
Well, yeah, she's in trouble.
She's
okay, fine. That one didn't impress you, right? That meal might not be inappropriate, even though Walia thinks it is. You know, very much so. She thinks, but this next one, I think we can all agree on is extremely inappropriate. I bet we're going to get there on this one. A teacher self-revoked her license. 27-year-old Sarah Seymour, a former life skills teacher at Brown Elementary in Hendricks County, Indiana. She was like, "All right, you guys want me out? I will revoke my license." Fair enough. Sarah was one of 2 licensed teachers that forced a 7-year-old special needs student to eat their own vomit.
Oh, inappropriate meal. Yep. You nailed it, Mark.
All four of us can agree that's inappropriate, right?
That's right away. Yep. You know that right off the bat. Very inappropriate. You don't make kids eat vomit.
It was like that. Teach him a lesson.
It's like the scene in Audition when she lets the guy out of the satchel and she throws up in the thing and makes him eat the throw up. Anyone seen?
The sack.
In the sack, yeah.
He'd be a pretty small guy if he was coming out of a satchel.
How about a sack? A satchel for a human-sized satchel. Remember that scene when he comes out of the sack?
Messed up scene.
Hello. She's like, and he just eats it out of a dog bowl. And
it was hot in there.
He goes back in his sack.
Please don't put me in that satchel ever again.
He's a little guy. He's a little guy. So yeah, Sarah was one of 2 licensed teachers that did this. It was actually 5 teachers total, but 3 of them were unlicensed. And all 5 teachers that participated or watched this fucked up scene have been terminated or resigned from the school. But only one of the 2 licensed ones has revoked their license. The other one, Julie Taylor, I guess is still holding out hope for a teaching gig down the road.
Okay. She's like, this is on my record, but maybe somebody will give me a shot.
This will blow over.
Says here in 2023, you made a special needs 7-year-old eat his own vomit. Is that what was going on there?
Jesus Christ.
There was a lot of peer pressure.
Is that in the past? Or?
Yeah. Kid was real annoying, wasn't he? How annoying was he?
It says right here, July 2023.
Yeah, you got to change professions after that one.
Yeah, they're gonna force her out. Here's Sarah Seymour, and now Sarah. I'm gonna show you the two licensed ones. Here's Sarah, the younger woman. She's busted. She says, "Busted. I got busted." But she said that apparently she's the one that also like warned the kid, "Hey, if you throw up, we're gonna make you eat it." And then here's Julie Taylor, 48-year-old who won't revoke her license, who apparently brought the kid a tray and put the vomit on a tray and said,
stop.
"Eat it,
I don't
eat
need to
it."
hear this.
Put it on a tray.
Ugh.
Yeah. Here's your tray.
It's nuts how often this happens in daycare, man. It's crazy. Having a kid in daycare is like it's like Russian roulette every day.
How could they get off on that? Like how are they like it was a whole operation with 5 teachers. They got a tray involved. Everyone stopped what they were doing and watched this special needs student eat their own vomit.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's a lot of hate.
I don't think it happens at most places, obviously, but it's crazy how many stories we do hear about, daycare abuse.
It's an inappropriate meal.
Very inappropriate. Very much so. Hey, Wes, you want to talk about Facekinis next?
Yeah, I could do Facekinis. Gonna file this under a what the hell China as well. As you guys know, much of the earth is experiencing record-breaking heat right now. It's unbearable outside, quite frankly.
Wasn't it?
And
July is the hottest month, right?
I think
There's-
Phoenix
of
set
the
a
earth.
record for hottest ever place. Like
June was.
yeah.
Dummies were showing up at Death Valley hoping for the record hottest hot ever recorded on Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can feel it.
Yeah, and China, guys, is no exception. Just like here in the U.S., Chinese people flock to the beach to cool off and get relief from the heat, just like we do. Only many of their women are choosing to ruin the beach-going experience for men by adorning a new popular beach accessory called the Facekini, whose slogan is, "You won't get burned, but you will look like a burn victim." Here it is. And
Dude, no way.
yeah.
Shut up.
It's a burn victim outfit.
lava.
Yeah. It's a burn victim outfit. Look at these things.
What?
Those look like luchadors.
Yeah.
Yeah, luchador style. It's just
Kane.
it's a ski mask.
Look at
It's
these
just a nylon ski mask.
Yeah, it's like a scuba mask, but like with, it's like a Halloween costume. I mean,
Those
They
are
look
definitely
like they
homemade.
look like they're going to invade your house and kill you.
yeah, like the purge.
little
Yeah,
bit.
you're right.
Yeah.
Now these things have been around for a
Pantyhose.
while in China, but they're surging right now because it's so fucking hot. So imagine you go to the beach with your buds, and when you get there, all hot and ready to see some hot Asian chicks, all you see is this, and what you're gonna see is just basically
it's a full.
yeah,
nylon
they've got full suits that are very artistic, and they've also got the full. So I mean, there's not an ounce of skin showing on these.
They're
women.
like furries without the fur, and
Yeah.
except everybody on the beach is wearing them. Is that a dude wearing it too?
Yeah, some dudes wear 'em too,
Oh,
yeah.
Will.
Okay.
but mostly women.
What's the point in this, Wes?
The point is to keep their Asian, many Asian women have very fair skin. They burn easily. They're concerned about getting sunspots, getting cancer. They're way more health.
Why are they going
conscious
to the
about their-
beach then?
No,
to
Wes.
cool
I
off.
see a lot of shirtless dudes behind them.
Yeah. There's shirtless dudes behind them, but it's mostly for women.
Okay, you're telling
But
me.
how could that feel good in the water? What's the point if you're not getting any benefit out of the water or the sun tanning?
I mean, you can
I
still,
guess it
you can still
dries
cool
quick.
off in the water. It's like a wetsuit.
Yeah.
You can still feel the water.
Is
like
it?
bathing
Doesn't
suit
look
material.
comfortable.
It doesn't look comfortable at all, Mark.
Head to toe covered at the beach. That sounds.
They got too much fabric over there.
Yeah.
They're making all this because they make the world shit.
Look, okay, look
Yeah.
at the people on the beach.
Someone's
Though.
making a
Nobody's-
killing on these cheap suits.
It's just a group.
There's a guy
of-
as a tiger, and that's a woman too. She's got titties.
It's just this group of people showing off their Facekinis. I think. I
No,
mean, how
there's-
many of these things
there's-
sold?
I mean, here's a whole group of them. Will
Oh my
there's-
goodness!
there's tons of them. The
Damn.
prices they've been surging in sales.
I love
now-
all the people without them staring at them like, what are they doing?
Now,
They're not getting any of the benefits of the beach.
I know it keeps all the UVA out. Yeah.
Why don't you just put
Why
on
the
some
fuck would you come to the
sunscreen?
beach?
and get a tan. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
The water it makes the water more uncomfortable. You're not getting a tan.
Yeah.
You still get sandy feet. What the? That's the
Imagine how much sand is inside those suits, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
A whole.
Lots of them. Now you can buy them online. Here's the like the artistic one, $31.99.
Not
Here's
cheap.
like the home invasion purge ones for $17.99. And then here's like the like just like Nacho Libre kind of, thing. Hopefully this doesn't take off in America.
I think I'm wearing purple today.
No,
purple.
You want to hear what some beachgoers in China had to say about the trend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, in English or Chinese?
Well, it's a dub over.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Here to the beach. Boy, I thought I was gonna have a great time seeing all the pretty ladies. But when we arrived, all we saw were freaks swimming with these things on their faces. It was very disappointing, right guys? Yeah, see, they agree. What a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was one guy. Freak. And then here's another guy that had something to say.
Convinced me to drive 2 hours to the beach to check out the attractive ladies. I'm going to stab them on the way home, because we don't have guns like in America. So here in China, we stab to murder someone. Haha, I joked. It's a joke. Relax. Don't tell my boss. Ha.
And of course, the women seem to actually like that the men are not coming out to the beach. Let's hear from a lady.
Oh, okay.
What the men think. Most Chinese men are little perverts anyway. They come to the beach to harass us and yell dirty things at us. But when we wear these accessories, those pathetic men stay at home with their sex dolls, which is great for us.
So there you have it. It's
There you go.
They love it. Yeah.
The mean
so
streets of the Chinese beaches.
The newest fashion trend on the beaches in China is the Facekini, and hopefully it never comes to America because you can't see their faces, you can't see their bodies, and it's weird.
I just don't get it. Some of them you showed, like the last picture, look like legit wetsuits. Okay, you can wear the Facekini aside, the wetsuit looks like a wetsuit, and some of those furry outfits did not look like the material you should be wearing in the water.
They're just going over and above. They hate the sun. They hate UV rays.
Then don't go to the
so
beach.
much.
Right. Well, they want to cool off in the water. They want to swim.
Why can't
Take a
they have
bath.
both? Yeah.
Take a bath.
Shower.
Take a cold bath.
Shower.
Indoor pool. Indoor pool would be great for these folks.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know. They do
take
things.
a trip to the beach in that thing. That
Listen,
seems stupid.
They do things over there that we can't comprehend. Sometimes.
I'll be ready in 14 minutes. I just got to put this thing on real quick.
Yeah. Should I be a tiger today or should I be a bear?
Oh, you're a tiger, babe.
You guys go ahead
You're a
and set
real
up.
tiger.
There you go.
Oof, Jesus Christ.
Should we wear face kinis? Let's go to the beach and wear some face kinis.
Yeah, video of us in in full Facekini.
That would really turn some heads in America.
Yeah, that'll get some
They
views.
They would think some things were happening that aren't, but
Those fellas are fucking each other.
it would appear that way. Yeah, it would definitely.
What?
Oh,
Give
that'd
them a wide
be
berth.
a funny video.
What did they do after the beach?
All right. Let's talk a little bit about some nerdy shit, space and politics and stuff. And producer Eric, is it true that El Salvador's new president has a 90% approval rating? I don't. That's true? He's giving me the thumbs up. It's true. Incredible, right?
That seems like one of those stats a dictator puts out.
Right,
You would think.
Those are dictator stats.
You would think.
those are
And producer Eric
No
is
chance.
nodding in semi-agreement, potentially not agreeing necessarily, but
He won't
saying
fully
that, well,
nod.
Yeah.
well, some parts potentially. Well, so yeah, so that's pretty impressive, right? 90% approval rating. Far cry from what we got going on with the last two presidents, who are both least popular of all time.
Any presidents.
Yeah. Well, the last two are particularly the actually statistically least popular of all time.
That's better than the last two at their highest popularity combined.
Yeah, it is.
Like if you had them up
Well, not at their highest, but
Okay.
at their
At their
lows,
median.
definitely higher.
at their median, it's higher than their medians put
It's
together.
pretty impressive what he's doing over there in El Salvador. So hopefully it's all on the level. It's all 75% says intern Jackson. Whoa, I saw 90.
Still
but
good.
okay.
I
was
mean,
just
anything
checking.
above 60 is pretty good.
It really
Yeah.
is. Yeah, no, it's incredible. So just setting up a Biden time, he got very mad at reporters asking about the upcoming testimony of a return star to Hard Factor, Devin Arch Deluxe Archer. You guys remember him? Hunter Biden's boy.
Oh yeah.
Business
right.
partner.
Mhm.
Yeah, he got found guilty several months ago, and now he is going to testify before Congress. And he's claiming that Joe's been on the phone for a lot of these business deals with Hunter, and so he's going to testify. And
Arch Deluxe is going to testify to that. Wow.
Arch Deluxe is going to testify.
A lot of people have been saying. A lot of people.
The Arch Deluxe.
On the other side, people have been saying that there's no way Joe knew, for example, like when Hunter's texting, like I just got off the phone with the old man. There's a lot of people have been like, no, he's a drug addict. His dad wasn't there.
Arch Deluxe, as you can see, was part of Hunter's business and said that he was there for several of the calls Biden was on. And so
Arch Deluxe feels mistreated. He did
not get nearly the deal.
Mistreated.
Exactly. That's what happened.
He feels like the stripper son, the stripper kid and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. He was Hunter's boy and they were in business together. He thought he'd get the same, white glove treatment that Hunter did. He did not. So that's
I'm gonna take care of you, Arch Deluxe. You know that. And then
probably why he's singing like a canary to Congress.
Now he's like the Arch Deluxe off the menu.
Off the menu. I forgot.
Right. But it created this hilarious clip. A reporter asked Biden about it and he just gets big mad. Check it out.
I've never spoken to my son about going to 6 months.
And so how do you know?
Here's what I know. I know Trump deserves to be investigated. He is violating every basic norm of a president. You should be asking him the question, why is he on the phone with a foreign leader, trying to intimidate a foreign leader, if that's what happened. That appears what happened. You should be looking at Trump. Trump's doing this because he knows I'll beat him like a drum. And he's using the abuse of power and every element of the presidency to try to do something to smear me. Everybody looked at this, and everybody's looked at it and said there's nothing there. Ask the right question.
Whoa. That's the guy. The guy who's yelling at's the guy that got famous for. He got kicked out of the White House, right?
He's the Fox White House.
Was that? I think that was the Journey. I think that was the actual band where they remember Journey got the guy that did the tryout and they found the guy that sounded exactly like him. Yeah,
dude, he blew his voice out. The poor guy.
Philippines guy did.
Pretty sure.
I saw the Philippines guy live in Sturgis.
He was good, huh?
He sounded just like him.
Yeah.
We've gone through some singers over there. Journey Inc.
So what was that all about?
So that was about the Arch Deluxe's testimony, and so he just asked about like, hey, what do you say about Arch Deluxe? He says you were on the phone, and that was Biden's response. It was just
look. I mean, that's a doth protest too much.
It's a strong response. I
just want to get to the bottom of it all. I'm so tired of it. Just want to find out if he did it or not.
Can't we just have?
Who did what? There's so many.
Can't we just make a rule that both Trump and Biden can't run again because they both have committed so many fucking financial?
Maybe they're just too old.
Internationally, too old.
I mean,
whatever.
all those reasons, and also like they're both unfavorable in polling for most Americans. It's crazy.
Can we take? Can we get? We like to take things. Can we take the El Salvadorian president?
Yeah.
Now there's.
He seems to be doing pretty good down there.
Let's just take him.
Yeah, that would send Bitcoin to the moon. Big Bitcoin guy.
Yeah.
Okay. From Alexander, listener Alexander, have you guys seen Vice President Kamala Harris say, what can be unburdened by what has been?
Run that back one more time.
What can be unburdened by what has been? It's a statement.
Is it a riddle?
A riddle, yeah.
Many meanings depending on punctuation.
A clock.
Yeah, a clock.
No, it's not a question.
That sounds like a riddle.
It doesn't end in a question mark. So what can be is, I think, a question mark, and then unburdened by what has been.
A coffin.
Or what can be semicolon unburdened by what has been. Anyways,
sounds like a Beatles
somebody
lyric.
made.
What can be unburdened? What?
Let it be. You can be.
So she put out a video on Facebook in 2020, October 2020, and it's a saying that she attributes as like inspired by her mother, R.I.P. But since then, since she launched the statement, it's estimated that she's done it over 1,000 times, and somebody compiled an over 3-minute long clip of her saying it over and over and over and over again. And
that's so genius, though, to have a thing that no one can understand, but is like a thinker that if you hit someone with, it's like a curveball. They're like, what? And then by the time they figure it out that it's nothing, you're gone.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. And so and it's also a statement that can mean so many different things. A lot of them nonsense, depending on where you put the punctuation. But
I see. It's kind of like a sins of the father. It's kind of like a don't blame the Germans for the N-word thing.
Exactly. Stephen C. got it. Oh, it's a comma. Okay. Is it?
I think it might be about fearing the Reaper.
It's an incomplete sentence, no matter what. It might be, Pat, but here it is. Just a
Imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be
is a great
unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
It's the idea. You nailed it, Mark.
Unburdened by what has been.
So move forward. Don't worry about the past.
What we believe can be unburdened by what has been.
Unburdened by what has been.
Breakfast Club so
Unburdened
confused.
by what has been.
There's Bill Clinton. Okay, I'm just going to stop. That goes on for 3.5 minutes. So that's estimated she said it over 1,000 times.
It's like if you were touched as a kid, you don't have to touch kids when you get older, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Can you put Charlemagne the God's face back up when she sent it to him?
I already removed it. He was confused, though.
He was very confused.
Definitely. She had to clarify it. Yeah. Clinton was also just dumbstruck. It's just, but it is. It's just.
It's a psychological trick, is what it is.
Yeah,
what can be?
It makes her sound smarter than you.
Right.
And then
yeah,
you're like,
you don't get it. Yeah.
Right.
Has been.
Yeah.
It's
right.
like that. Go ahead, Pat. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying right. That's what she said afterwards, right?
Yeah, right. It's like the verbal or audio version of those magic eye paintings that no one could see. That I can see it. Right.
I got it. Yeah.
Well,
I got it.
It's basically saying anything is possible, right? But
you saw what's in that magic eye thing, right?
A really fancy way of saying it. So hopefully that counter keeps going.
I never saw a single one of those, by the way.
I finally got one.
I always admitted that I couldn't see it. I was so mad.
Oh, I would crush those. It took a while, but I
can
get
Magic Eye.
I can get them like that now.
Are you serious?
Oh,
yeah.
You got to zoom out.
You're a liar.
Zoom out with your
Not
eyes.
until I went to the museum with little guy like a month ago. They had one on the wall. I'd never been able to get one. Finally,
can we put up a poll, an anonymous poll, and see how many people can get the magic eye visuals, Eric? Because I think without lying, if it's anonymous,
have you ever gotten a magic?
Yes. Have you ever gotten one? Have you ever seen?
That's going to be like 99% yes.
No, it's not.
No,
I get magic eye.
No,
really?
I get them.
Yeah, it's 3 out of 4 here.
Put 3 yeses on there.
I think I have a couple liars around.
Mark, I could show you how to do
it. Lost a little bit of respect for you liars there.
No, it's true. I've made them out. And this is last one is from listener Jimmy Wett. He let us know that the James Webb Telescope, Mark and Wes, your nemesis, your arch nemesis, it did something good though. It found water in outer space. Check it out.
Whoa!
That's an artist rendition, but it found water.
Is that a real picture? Yeah.
Well, it's Mark. It's only 300. It's only 370 light years away, and it's the inner region of a planet-forming disk that's circling star PDS-70. Okay, so there's water there. We know
they can see water all that far away. That's impressive.
We can see there's water vapor in the planets there, Wes.
Wow.
What can be unburdened?
Yeah.
By what has been. Exactly. Pat, this is like a smaller version of our star, about 3/4 of the size and much younger, right? Like it's starting its life. The planets are just forming. And here is an actual telescope image, like composite in a video that shows you. So it's inside. I had to look this constellation up because I don't know shit about stars. It's inside the Centaurus constellation or past it, which is also near the Lupus and the Scorpio. And then you see they're going into it. You guys see. And then we're going to see PDS-70 right there.
Okay.
Boom, PDS-70. Those are the real images
like an ear
taken by the James Webb. That ear has water in it.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. Yeah. Woo. PDS-70b is a planet that's forming. PDS-70c is a planet that's forming around this young star, and it's got water. They know for sure at NASA. 100%. What can be unburdened by what has been?
So we might live on that star.
No, we'll never get there. That's too far away.
That's what people are insinuating, right?
Okay.
That's what you're saying to me.
You'd have to wait, I think,
might live in that ear.
Millions or billions of years for the planets to form and have like lakes and oceans and stuff. So it's a long way off, but they're keeping their eye on it. So
they certainly are.
They are. Are you guys happy with it now? The James Webb
taking their eye off
money.
How much did it cost, Will?
Yeah.
How much did it cost? 3 billion? 6 billion?
More than that, man.
12 billion? How much did that thing cost?
It was almost
10 billion.
10 billion. Yeah, no, I'm not real thrilled with it now.
It looks like they they stole the meteorologist thing for rain to demonstrate water.
Yeah, is that really what we're getting out of this?
Yeah.
This was a
picture?
fake. That was a fake. That was
Right.
You may as well consider that I did that.
60%
that was
chance of rain.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the video thing I showed you guys. That was the real image. It's pretty
So
cool, right?
they're telling me that
the ear
there's
that has water in it out there
in the
space.
infinite universe. There's water somewhere. Holy shit!
I believe it.
Yeah, I didn't need the James Webb Telescope to figure that one out.
Get out of
I
here.
bet there's a few other planets that have water on them.
Get out of here.
Ooh, very important update from producer Eric regarding the El Salvadorian president. Everyone likes him. My grandpa that always voted for a third party because of him. Wow. He has a great track record. Now that he's president, he's been a bit of a dictator-ish, but literally every Salvadorian is for how he's doing things. For how he's doing things. We all lost too many family members to the gangs, from murder capital to one of the safest countries in America.
That's
yeah,
right.
no
Eric
kidding.
said his
right?
mom went back to El Salvador and she said she could walk the streets for the first time.
MS-13
in a very long time.
Nice.
cleaned up.
That's good. Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
So, yeah, see, fucking awesome, right?
It's like the end of the movie Traffic. All he wants to see is the kids playing baseball in the
Now,
fields.
With all these governments switching over from hand to hand right now, obviously not all of them are going to go great, but it's great to hear that El Salvador is doing good. You know, like
absolutely
one success story out. What can be unburdened by what has been?
We need to get the El Salvadoran guy here to clean up the San Francisco streets.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's true. Send him to make him mayor of Philly and San Fran. Get the drink out.
Hey, treat these homeless like you did MS-13. All right.
All right. Let's spin the wheel. Who's got your cup of coffee tomorrow?
There we go.
Oh, back to Pat.
Whoa, back to Pat.
Likey
Double
Pat.
dip. Back to Pat. Pat will have your coffee tomorrow. Also, don't forget, join patreon.com/hardfactor for bonus podcasts, 2 weekly bonus podcasts, including the Hive Hour and Florida Man Friday. The Hive Hour this week is definitely going to feature a tour of Pat's new home in Chicago.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
You're
worth
gonna love
it. Right there by itself. See where all the magic happens. Where you know his happy family is now from Jersey to Chicago. Also, Florida Man Friday, of course, every week. The Discord chat, which is like a group chat with the host, very fun, and other listeners, super fun. But most importantly, get out there and have yourselves a great fucking day.